And welcome everyone to Season 3, Round 2 of the League of Barons. I am your host, Stephen Ford, joined as always by, and it's a real time this way I can actually say it, Andrew. Oh my god, I can't believe he's here, Knuckles.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And Joel, man with the plan, Killingsworth.
Hello, hello, hello.
The whole gang back together again.
Yeah, back in not in the same room, but the same digital room.
Close enough.
Yeah, for COVID-19 purposes.
We are doing our social distancing rules, so
There we go. But we have got a good matchup headed our way tonight. On our right, we have Mr. Ryan Becker, Baron in Exile in the North. And on our left, we have the Killingsworth Light, Scott Killingsworth, yet another Killingsworth, if you will. And we've got a couple of interesting lists in here, a couple of new pieces on display. Andrew, you wanna talk about a little scum over here?
All right, here we go. So Ryan Becker's list. We've seen, or me and Steven have seen him. Well, I guess Joel too, because he was technically there.
Joel was there, yeah.
Technically there. Okay.
So we have seen part of this list before. So we have Captain Nim with dorsal turret, skill bombardier, concussion bombs, seismic charges, delayed fuses, havoc title, and trajectory simulator. That's a whole lot of stuff on a single ship. Basically, he has bombs. He chooses when to shoot them. He chooses when to drop them. He chooses when they blow up,
or shoot
them. Yeah. Then we have Fenrau with Fearless, pretty token classic Fen there, and then we have Torkel Mux with concussion bombs, contraband cybernetics, delayed fuses, and the Moldy Crow title. This list is a zone machine. You have the imminent threat of the missile named Fenrau, and then you have trajectory simulator bombs that can be seismic charges, they can be concussion bombs, all this other kind of stuff. Then you have Torkel Mux, who can bring you down to his level, actually even below his level, and say, what if you just don't get to shoot this turn because Fenrau's going to kill you before you do?
So I think the craziest thing about this list right now is Captain M has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 upgrades, and he is 5 points cheaper than Fenrau.
Oh, don't even say that. It just makes me sad.
He's still cheaper than base Fenrau. Fenrau only has Fearless, which is a 3-point upgrade, bringing him from 68 to 71. That's incredible.
Yeah, so the version of this list that we saw previous to this one is
not the viewers.
Instead
this
of
is actually
Nim, there was just our personal match that we saw him play last week for the league.
The match where
he
was
Bosk
beating me.
Yeah, that one. It had Bosk instead of Nim. So Becker kind of changing it around a little bit and trying to look and see what works best with the Torkel and Fenrau combo.
Yeah, Captain Nim is not a ship that we've seen a lot of in second edition for as much of a terror as he was towards the end of first edition.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just killed him with Ghost Fen all day. So.
Well, I mean, that was the real terror. So Joel, you alluded to it in our pregame chat that this is the second version of the list that Scott is running. You want to give us a little rundown?
Yeah, so the core mechanic around this list is that the lat, right? So it's the base I2 generic lat with 7th Fleet gunner on board. And this combo is particularly effective because both 7th Fleet gunner, which adds a die to an attack, and the lat's ship ability both only require that the target be somewhere in your firing arc. So you kind of circle around the edge of combat, just barely grabbing something in your side arc, and then you can choose which of your other shots that round you want to pump up with 1 extra attack die and give 2 free rerolls. So it's really just a matter of how can you outfit the rest of the list to take maximum advantage of that. In this instance, he's going with Obi-Wan as his ace, and he's got Sense to allow his I3 Jedi to either out-position his opponents or block them with perfect knowledge.
And that is going to be pretty key here because we do have Fen on the board. who is the highest initiative out of the entire or both lists. And Fen does not want to be blocked at all.
No, absolutely not. He needs that one reposition. He needs his focus. He needs to be able to make the critical move to get from range 2 to range 1 or to dodge an arc, because auto thrusters doesn't exist in the form it did in first edition, and I think Fenn's missing it these days.
I don't know. It's been 2 years since first edition. Do people even know what auto thrusters are anymore?
I mean, maybe. They used to be the magic sauce, right? That protected you from the turrets. And now they are nothing. Just reposition.
Yeah, no, I actually it would be really interesting to see some poll data perhaps on how many players are
Oh, we're starting. We have started.
over.
I
Yes,
didn't see a
we
ping.
have started.
Looks like we have potentially our first system phase of the game, and Nim is trajectory simulating
More than
the
likely a
bomb.
seismic. Yep, there it
You
is.
gotta assume it's a seismic, yeah.
He's just saying, what if you just don't come around this entire side of the board, Jedi?
Well, Nim has got concussion bombs on board, which are a new bomb token courtesy of the gunship. And once you pop, you just can't stop those. So once one is burned on concussion missiles, you are committed to dropping the other two the next 2 turns. And Nim does not have the reload action to prevent that by flipping the charge back over.
Now, Becker does have a couple different options to stop those bombs from at least going off, so you're not bombing yourself. He has the delayed fuses, which he's already using now, and then he has Nim's ability, which allows you to say, how about you just don't blow up this turn?
We did have the rules discussion prior to the match. And Joel has ruled, based on the rules, and we believe it to be correct, that because the fuse token is a substitution effect for the detonation of the bomb, Nim's ability can actually prevent a fuse token from being removed. Token. Fool of a token.
Fool of a token.
All right, Nim boldly charging his own bomb.
He don't care.
I mean, that bomb is at least 2 turns away from blowing up.
At minimum.
And of course, Nim's ability, since again, not often seen here, not only can he prevent a friendly bomber mine to detonate, he can also, while defending against an attack that is obstructed by a bomber mine, rolls 1 additional defense die. So, 10 health, 1 agility it can fall pretty quick. 10 health, 2 agility suddenly can be really hard to kill at times.
Yep. Now it is important to note that, and Stephen kind of already did mention it, that their Nim or the Scourge does not have a reload action. So every bomb he throws is going to be the last one that exists on the board.
It's a commitment.
Yep.
Of a sort, since he can keep it there. It's just stuck in that position.
Yeah. So you're not going to be. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, because he has a limited number of seismic charges, he really wants to get the most out of them positionally, and I think that that's kind of a missed opportunity with this first seismic drop, because I think the only obstacle that it actually touches is the gas cloud.
Yeah, if he could have gotten it like into that central area right there, maybe like a half base to the right and like a half base forward where it could reach all 3 of those potentially,
it would be a really strong zone potential, because you pretty much now have a range 3 bubble like these ships don't have a lot of health, the Jedi, and they have to be very careful not to give up free damage.
Oh, absolutely. And with seismics with the splash effect, you could potentially catch 2 Jedi in a blast, depending on what rock you trigger. Obviously, we're committed to the gas cloud at this point with that bomb. But right now, it looks like Scott is angling towards Nim.
You're probably playing the keep away game here. You really don't want to engage Fen Rao too early, especially with Torkel kind of coming up on his flank here. You got to be really careful with the Jedi, especially when they're not Delta or when they're not 7Bs.
Yeah, and I think what we're going to see here is Scott probably looking to cycle his Jedi Knights to the other board edge, right? Because if you do want to block with a Jedi, the only way you're going to block Fen is you got to get them to that side of the board.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, now the Jedi are only rocking a single force here. So if they do want to get that reposition, they will be foregoing some of their mods, more than likely defensive mods, or offensive mods, I guess you should say, which, that's kind of where the lat comes in to give them a little bit more oomph to their attacks.
Yeah, Scott is really kind of playing a resource management game. He's got 5 force tokens to manage, a 7th fleet gunner charge to manage, plus the 2 charges for the lat's ability to manage as well, because you can burn through basically all of those tokens in a turn pretty easily if you're not paying attention.
Well, especially if you're using Obi-Wan's ability, ship
Mic
abilities, the
off.
calibrated thrusters, I think is what it's called. But then you also have his actual ability. So if they're spending focus tokens, he's giving them back. I mean, you can burn through a lot of mods real quickly with Scott's list.
Fine-tune controls.
Fine-tune controls, there it is.
All right, so we
Mic
do
on.
see the lat turning to the board edge, and it looks like we're going to see the Jedi here making their move into the center of the board. Not repositioning them yet. Oh, nope, we got one Jedi here peeling off with the lat, looks like.
So what we may see here is that the lat is going to either loop back around to Scott's board edge, or start trying to mosey on down the NASCAR side and keep his arc nice and wide to possibly get some free shots on the Nim in about a turn or two.
Yeah, so interesting to note right now, the lat's bow tie is side to side. So at the moment, while Nim may be in the arc, Scott may be looking for a couple of banks coming around this rock as opposed to a hard turn, just try to maintain his arcs, because the ability does not work on the lat unless they are in that bow tie arc.
And we do see Nim just kind of moseying on up here. He's in a very good position to drop one more seismic in between these two asteroids to zone out Scott even more on this side of the board.
Yeah, I think we may see a trajectory launched seismic, and then a turn away to just go ahead and start the train of concussion bombs if Scott hard commits.
Yep. Now we do see Fenn coming in the center here, a little bit risky, I would say.
He's going to
Ryan.
boost.
Oh, he's going for the shot.
I mean, he's probably got it.
He's got a free shot here, so there's no reason not to take it.
Right, get your focus.
Yep, there it is. All right, so now we're going to see what it looks like. I think he's just barely in range.
I think he's going to nick it. Yeah, that corner of Obi sticking in. So we are burning the fuse token on the seismic charge. So Nim not using his ability to maintain that bomb's fuse token. So it is now 1 turn from detonation instead of 2.
Oh, just barely at range. Good call.
Woo! Just by a pixel or 2 there.
And this is one of those times where having digital games say, hey, this actually is in range.
Yeah, no need to call for a judge. None of that.
Hitting the crit.
Hit crit and a blank, and Obi's fine.
Yep, Obi's fine. I mean, the chances that you do real damage there are pretty slim. You'd have to max out.
They feel better than you might think. I feel like it's maybe like a 1 in 2 chance on that shot, honestly. But you do have a couple blanks, a couple of evades, so Obi is completely safe. But a free shot, no reason not to take it. And I don't think we're going to see any other shots this turn.
Jill, check your messages.
Hmm?
Do we have an issue? Anyways, in the meantime, we are headed back to dials. So the one free shot there for Finral doesn't really translate anything into any damage on Obi-Wan.
It just gives a lot more information for both players. Just to say, okay, we knew that there were shots this turn. That means there's definitely going to be shots this next turn.
And, you know, Scott's setup right now, he's got the potential to put 2 guns on Finral's entrance, right? And I think the big question out here is Torkel. Torkel is way out by himself on an island, and while he can probably zero Obi next turn, his shot's not going to be maybe as effective as Becker might like.
Yeah.
So what do you think? We're going to see that trajectory simulator coming out?
Well, you're going to see a seismic coming out here for sure.
So we'll see both seismics burned in the first, 3 rounds?
Yeah, but I think that's not a bad call here, especially because you're zoning off pretty much that entire quarter of the center of the board. Now Fenn has to be careful because you don't want to give up any free damage, but more than likely the furthest top left asteroid, TFA asteroid 1, is going to be the one that'll probably explode, not the one in the center.
Yeah, the one next to the lat. So Becker would, in the event that both rocks are in range of the seismic, Ryan would have the choice of which one blows up. But anyways, so still debating a couple of dials here, and Finral's got some stress on him. He is kind of committed to this positioning. His blues aren't amazing, but I think it's not too bad because you don't threaten a lot of guns firing on you here. Just the 2 Jedi's, or Obi and the Jedi, and Concordia, the title, and Finral's ability can make up a big difference in that. So we do see the trajectory simulation of the seismic coming out. Oh, no. Is that a concussion? That's a concussion.
Oh, interesting.
So the chain has begun.
Yes, the burn is on. And obviously, Nim, trajectory simulator, he can always drop the bombs like normal. He also has skilled bombardier as well. So if he's concerned that the bomb would be an issue later, he can always spit it out the back and leave it behind. Obviously, with Nim's ability as well, that's not as big an issue. And now delayed fuses has no charges. I just looked at it. I just looked at that because I was like, wait a minute. So it can be used on every bomb. It essentially has 1 charge for every bomb.
Yep. See Torkel turning in here, not Turkle.
Turkle.
Turkle. Torkel turning in here, trying to become a little bit relevant. Depending on where Fenn lands up this turn, it's going to make it a little hard for Becker to get Torkel into the middle of things, just because you still want your actions, and you want to make sure that Torkel's not bumping into Fenn just because he moves first.
Right, yeah. Finn's positioning could provide a bit of an obstacle for Torkel. But he is flinging that arc pretty wide here. Does have the arc on the side as well. And I believe, I'm going to kind of swing in here and look. Well, we do see the range marker. That actually made this a lot easier. So it looks like Torkel won't be able to go straight without clipping that debris field next turn. But he does reach the lock on Obi-Wan, so Torkel's gun getting really relevant with the 3 dice.
So we do definitely see some committal here, coming in for some real damage. Now, the Skurgs, do they have an arc that they move, or is it's still just forward? No, he's got the door.
Yeah, he's got a 3 dice front gun and the dorsal on the side.
Yep. Okay.
So they are, I mean, it's still a 3 dice gun. It's going to be single mods, but it is capable of hitting hard in the right moment.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now I will say we do see a pretty solid, unless we're gonna see Obi go in for a block. Fen actually has a really good entry point into combat here.
Yeah, I agree with that Jedi kind of staying out. It kind of keeps a lot of open space.
Yep, you want to keep those arcs wide, especially when you're dealing with something that's a higher initiative than you.
And we do see the Green Jedi and the Lat kind of starting to enter into a chase position. And I mean, there's 2 bombs back there, right? Like this Green Jedi is going to slide right past that gas cloud next turn. Or I'm
No.
sorry, this turn. I don't think it would reach.
Ooh, that's
I mean,
real close.
Nim can hold size.
Oh.
Oh, Obi making a move here, saying, "Get that fuse token out of here."
Man, this is when Ryan is like, oh man, I should have just kept it. Should have not put the fuse on it.
But yeah,
Did
we
Scott
see
forget-
Scott really taking advantage of that fuse token here, and he specifically positioned the 2 generics into, or at least close to, range 1 of the bomb this turn. But Obi-Wan, that was committed before he knew that there was going to be a charge on that.
Yep. Now I want to say that Obi-Wan is within range 1 of that gas cloud.
If he lets the gas cloud go here, that's really good for Scott, because he's got 2 ships that can just speed on by in through that empty space next round.
But it is free damage onto a 4 health ship is more.
I mean, it is. It's just a matter of whether you can. Is that 1 in the hand now worth 2 in the bush next round?
And I do want to jump in here. Did Scott forget to recharge a force on Obi-Wan last turn?
Yes. Yeah, there's no way that he used more than 1 force.
There's no reason for him to already be 2 down, right?
Yeah, correct.
It's a mandatory effect, so for all intents and purposes, he has. Oh, there we go.
Ping it a bit.
Yeah, just spam at them, confuse them.
They're like, oh. Until fuse token is going away. So that means that carpet bomb is going to be going off next turn.
Yeah, I mean he's that's the interesting play here from Scott, right? Committing into this turn. I mean he made the positioning.
Yeah.
But like you've got Nim running away from you, and Nim must drop concussion bombs next turn.
So we have Fen at range 2 going into number yellow.
So Torkel still irrelevant here. You know, you got the target lock, but there's no shots that are going to happen for him.
Hey Steven, would you make sure that Scott is aware of what's going on with the force?
I will.
He said sense then boost.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have the chat up.
Yeah, you're all about the aesthetics. So we do have just the 1 hit. And
evaded. Go figure. That is like barely in range 1 for Obi-Wan. That is definitely the shot you take here.
Oh, absolutely. I have to assume here Nim held the seismic charge since it didn't detonate.
That is what you want to see. You definitely spend that focus here. 3 hits. Going into Obi-Wan.
Ooh.
Fine.
And definitely have to spend it. Yep. And he's going to spend it and get the focus token right back.
Yeah,
now he
totally
complete the pool, so that is definitely something to be wary about here for Scott.
Yeah, that's a very valuable resource down.
And he doesn't have the range 1.
Yeah, angle's not quite working in his favor.
Oh, but we will have 7th Fleet and Lat ability in play.
Okay, so he is pumping it up. So 3 dice.
Yep. And no. Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't disarm this turn.
Yeah. It disarms when you reapply it.
When you recharge it. Yes.
Spending that focus for hit and 2 crits.
And crits aren't super relevant yet. Nim still has shield, but still, that's paint.
And that is Nope, that's just 3 shields. Okay.
Yeah, ripping 3 shields off. Nim's gonna still have just the 1 to work with. But the Lat does have a shot this turn, and so does the Jedi Knight. If not 2, actually do have.
I think all of them do. Now, I do find it interesting here that Becker did choose not to blow up that gas cloud. I guess he's really trying to force them into disengaging or committing and just taking more damage.
He may just not think it's range 1. He may be like, I don't think I've got it.
He's
So,
definitely range 1 of that.
we'll hit crit out of
Ooh.
the Jedi.
Not what you want to see as a 1 agility.
So
that
that's
is a crit.
Yeah, shield down, crit, come in and Nim. Stunned pilot.
Not necessarily relevant here.
Yeah, that's become a pretty irrelevant crit in 2nd edition. It's still hard for me to believe that 2nd edition has been out for 2 years.
It has, which is pretty crazy, actually.
Pretty crazy, yeah.
It looks like probably going to double down onto Nim here. Yep. So number yellow, range 3, unobstructed. Ooh, another hit crit.
Man.
Rolling fire tonight.
He's rolling 3?
How did he get 3 dice? There's no obstruction on that. Alright, there we go.
Okay. Oh, and reroll, and that feels bad. Okay, well,
Bad.
still take the crit, but
Yeah.
you know, first one would have felt a lot better.
Ooh, hull breach.
Ooh, that's not what you want to see on a 1 agility with more shots coming in on it.
Irrelevant crit to relevant crit in a hurry.
And he's gonna have to continue dropping his chain. Oh, we still have 1 more shot here. This is the 1 turn the Lat gets to actually contribute with its gun.
And there's 2 hits. That means that's 2 crits unless he evades out. And 1 crit coming in.
Ooh.
Boy, Nim is burning.
Disabled power regulator, probably not that big of a deal.
No, that's a problem, right? Well, no, he's a medium.
It won't happen until 3 turns from now.
Yeah, which Nim will probably be dead by then.
Well, I was really just trying to calculate out the chances that he would disable power regulator himself into the turn where he must drop a concussion bomb, but yeah, there's not enough turns for that.
Yep.
So this was really a fantastic engagement for Scott. Exactly what he wanted. His Lat is tucked safely, on the edge of the board, just barely catching range on the target. All of his Jedi got to fire on the same target. He had some decently lucky rolls with some good crit pulls, dealing a lot of major damage early to Nim. The problem is that he's down positionally and is now facing a very large bomb chain over the next 2 or 3 turns, and has to figure out what to do about it.
Yeah, because we have the seismic going off this coming turn more than likely. Then we have the concussion bomb that is behind them. Then we have another concussion bomb being dropped this next coming turn.
And Torkel remains irrelevant, right? I mean, didn't get a shot this round, and Finn is not necessarily in the way, but like Torkel's turning towards Finn or Nim. Like, it's not great.
I think Torkel just does a 2 bank or a 1 bank here and just tries to get his main gun on doing something. This was definitely a positional misplay on Ryan's part for keeping Torkel out too long. You have to get that gun in there.
And it's not just the gun, but Torkel's ability as well can be a major player.
Absolutely. Just a testament to Scott's dice rolls there. We didn't even see the Lat chassis ability come into play.
Didn't need it.
Sorry, Joel, you were saying?
Oh, I was just saying that Torkel's ability very well could keep Nim from getting initiative killed, but Scott doesn't have any I6s, so that's irrelevant.
Yeah, we're just a 5 tie.
So here's the question.
I'm gonna ping the Force region here.
If you are Ryan, do you use Skilled Bombardier here and go up to a 2 straight back to possibly catch them trying to run away?
I think that's almost too much overlap with the size, like the range the gas cloud will hit.
Or do you just keep it at 1 and then say, chase me, I dare you?
Yeah, I think you keep it at 1 and maybe try to maybe catch an overlap where you clip
Yeah.
Obi and then maybe double up on the Jedi and maybe clip the Lat with the seismic maybe. Worth pointing out too, there is a concussion bomb that's live on the field. Nim can let that one go as well, and if you don't go fast enough, you can also be in trouble.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really don't think Scott's in danger from that concussion bomb because he knows it's there and he's gonna go fast enough. Obi-Wan is almost certainly gonna do it too hard away. After the green does, so I think we're probably going to end up getting 2 damage off of the gas cloud explosion in addition to forcing them to turn away. But I don't think either of the other bombs are going to catch damage this turn.
Which is definitely what Ryan wants right now. You definitely want, okay, so he's just dropping a singular, not a 2 straight, just the normal 1 straight. Going for the bomb here. There is the concussion. I'm curious if Nim is going to turn, or if he's just going to try and run and turn over his hull breach.
You've only got 3 hull to work with. Is hull breach even a relevant action? Or are you just gonna try to get a shot? So that was the sense from Obi at range 1.
Yeah, turn in. Another focus token.
That's really interesting.
I
wonder.
He's got a lock on Obi already.
Okay. Because it seems like the obvious move is for Scott to just die both of his Jedi away. Who is first player?
Well, Torkel is the I2.
Okay, so
yeah. Oh, and there's a bump. Not what you want to see, but probably not super important right now.
Okay, I see what this is about. So, Scott showing superior spatial reasoning here with just going fast. He can actually just get away from the bombs entirely this way.
Yeah, just barrel roll boost.
Ooh.
Just boost.
Okay,
I think
yeah,
you're
boost.
still okay.
Yeah,
there you
boost,
go.
boost.
Now that is a Jedi that has no mods that is going to be fired on by Torkel.
I think with that Torkel move, what Ryan is expecting is Nim is going to vacate the premises, and then Obi-Wan's going to take the 2 hard chasing Nim, and then still have enough room to boost.
Right. Oh, that's right, because Ryan's first player.
So Nim is only doing a 2 straight here. I don't know if Obi-Wan turns it. I don't know if he can escape that bomb. Now we can definitely say that Nim is wholly going to die this turn. There's almost no way that he survives.
Yeah, I think the Jedi is
Especially if
clipping
Obi-Wan
you.
turns in.
You've got 2 Jedis that'll probably shoot you, and if Obi turns in, yeah.
No, he is going to be out of range of the Lat's ability, so that will help his odds a little bit, but probably not enough on 3 agility on a or 3 hull on a 1 agility ship.
Yeah, even with that obstruction from Green Jedi, you've still got Yellow Jedi that's got a good mod and a good setup. Not flipping hull breach down, taking the focus. I think that's an admission that Ryan is prepared to let the Captain Nim go here.
Fine-tune controls boosting, and then he's going to take a focus.
Yeah, making some slick moves here. So we do see Fenn 2 hard, so I imagine we'll see this concussion bomb being held. I mean, you could, get real brave here and just go ahead and pop it off, but
yeah. Looks
so
like Fenn is going to not catch that range 1. out of the lat, which is what you really want out of Fen. He's going to get hit by that range 2. It's only 2 die shot, but that's still not the range that Fen wants to be at.
And I mean, it's only a 2 die shot, but the lat can use its ability on itself. Oh no,
It cannot.
both
It cannot.
both eye, it won't work. Yeah, scrub that thought.
Also, this is an interesting choice for Scott not to have regen 7th Fleet Gunner this round.
Yeah, I would have expected this to be the turn to do that, honestly.
We
So
have
dropping Obi to
Obi-Wan
0.
down.
There's that poker chip. I was wondering what the poker chip was for.
All right, so we have a range 2 with Fen in bullseye. Doesn't actually matter. Going on to the lat. And perfectly average roll. You definitely don't spend it here.
Yeah, you don't want to get nicked by the lat in return.
Still 1 damage.
I mean, just losing a shield there's a pretty good outcome for the lat. I think that they're remembering that they have bombs that need to blow up this turn.
Yep. They're like, oh yeah. Okay, so that's going up. I don't believe there's anything in range of that. Nope.
But it does make an easier route for the lat next turn,
Uh-oh.
if nothing else. Oh, they removed. They're gonna have to unlock and delete the. Joel's
They
there.
got it. No.
Oh, would you look at that? So
Yeah,
Scott's maneuver really good.
That was really well played by Scott, getting those Jedi out of harm's way that way.
And just looking at this, Nim didn't rotate his arc either, so he's gonna have a shot at this Jedi Knight.
Just a range 2 though. Feels kind of bad.
That Jedi took a focus as well, so.
Yeah, the chances of hitting with 2 dice on a 3 with the focus is tough.
I mean, that Jedi's got a force too. He didn't have to
the best outcome
reposition.
you could hope for. And there it is.
The natties.
So now we have the I3s getting ready to fire.
And you got to pop Nim here, right? It's tempting. That range 1 into Torkoal with Bullseye is pretty tempting, I won't lie.
With the focus, yep.
Yeah. But yeah, you go ahead and commit the damage, kill Nim. I think I would have fired the other Jedi first at Nim.
Yep.
Just because you had that shot.
My comment was you probably shoot with the other one first and see where you go.
Yep,
spending
the
force. Yep. So 2. Hoping for a natty here. And nope.
Oh,
two crits. One hole.
Two crits on hold reach. There's no guarantee, yeah. Loose stabilizer. Flips the whole deck.
And fuel leak still alive.
Wow.
Man, if only that fuel leak was first, right?
Yep. But this is one of the reasons why you shoot with green before you shoot with yellow here, because now green only has a shot at Nim.
Yeah, same thing for Obi, I believe, as well.
Is he skipping number 3? Or number green?
Right, well, you can't technically forget, so.
Yep, there's the obstructed shot, range 2.
No mods.
2 green dice to save him.
Doesn't need him.
Man.
Sometimes 2 guys guns are hot fire.
Oh no, he has the focus. I don't know if it matters, but he has it.
I mean, you did force all 3 shots to be expended on him here.
So if Torkoal can garner a focus spend on Obi-Wan, there is a chance that Nim still lives.
Yeah, you're gonna have to spend that focus. There, they got the obstruction.
Oh, 2 hits and a blank.
He's got the
Sadness.
lock. He's got the lock.
He
It's
does
from
have the
from
lock.
way earlier.
I totally forgot.
Oh.
Oh, you hate
Ooh.
to see it.
Yeah, it feels bad.
Oh, you even hate to see that too.
Ah, you don't even get any damage out of that. Ah, it feels real bad. Man, Scott right now showing off the power of the 2 dice. When the 2 dice roll hot, man, you can feel real good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
Especially
when it's
against
only
one
being
agility
defended
ships.
against one, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, 2 dice into 3 greens doesn't feel that way.
That is a hit and a crit. Man,
He has been rolling that hit crit all day long.
And this is not. Ooh, that's so good that you saved that focus, Ryan.
Yeah, this is why you keep that focus. You don't go fishing for
Yep.
2 hits. Yeah, that would have been a
Ooh.
disaster of a turn if Finn had eaten hit crit on the same turn that Nim died.
From a lat, like what incredible insult.
Yeah, I mean it's not even the lat's like actual guns here, right? It's just that wing gunner over there in the ball turret.
Now, how is he? Oh, he's got range 1 this way. So 2 hits. There's a chance that Nim survives here. And he does not.
And the chance is gone. That's close though.
So I think this shows excellent target priority out of Scott. Really good problem solving to dodge all of that bomb damage that Ryan set up, which was a really great setup as well. So here he's kind of sold out positionally again. He can't really hard turn in because of that rock right there in front of Green and Obi-Wan. And Fenn is bearing down on the lat. So we'll see if Scott can pull another hat trick and get a winning position for the next turn in a row.
So one of the big things here is Ryan has to be very cognizant of that concussion bomb. Fenn
Yeah,
has
Fenn's
to
gotta
get
move.
out. And he's in a really hard spot here because he wants to obviously chase the lat, but if Scott calls him on trying to go fast and forces a bump, Fenn is in a really bad position because he's going to get hit by that.
I think the lat has a stop.
Pull up that dial. Because
yep,
I mean,
lat has a stop too. So
yeah, so this is a pretty precarious position right now for Fenn. Torkel is not in a terrible position, but I mean he's gotten 1 shield out of the entire list for 10 health on Nim.
Yeah, I think the lat can certainly afford that other shield to the concussion bomb here. If
Oh,
you
it definitely
think you
can.
can block Finn. Like if you can bump Finn and force him to eat a concussion.
Yep. Now we may see the concussion bomb drop out of Torkel this turn.
No, surely not. He's only able to drop it. I don't know that going backwards is going to help him all that much.
Well, because it's going to zone yellow from escaping.
Of course, now Scott might have a sloop dialed into yellow, in which case if you do have a concussion bomb threat, that would maybe push that off a little bit.
So here we
I like
see
how I hear your clock.
Oh, yeah. It's quite loud.
So here we see 7th Fleet Gunner getting recharged in the system phase.
Right. Perfect time to get ready for the block here, right? If you don't think you're going to shoot, no reason to not take the disarm. Torkel whipping around.
Interesting choice here. I don't know if that would have been the move I would have done.
Oh, he burned cybernetics for that too to get the lock back up.
Okay, so we don't see the stop.
I don't think the 3 bank really. Maybe it prevents Fenn's reposition from clearing the concussion, but there's no way it blocks him on a 2 hard or anything.
No, you just do the 2 hard and then you barrel roll out to the back of it.
Yeah. Now it does look like this Jedi is gonna whip around the rock here to get a shot on Fenn. Oh, nope. Oh, I think Scott fished for arc there and didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was going for Torkel not doing the 2 hard. So hindsight may have been a good move, especially if Obi-Wan, interesting, just bumping on in here. Probably knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, he's got the force. That's all right.
I mean, it's not the worst result there.
Yeah. Ooh, sloop.
Now, Obi's double modded, and he is range 1 in that front arc, so he's not
That
going to
is,
shoot ahead of Torkoal for sure.
And he's
Yeah,
only
and
got
that-
one force.
he only has one force. That is a really good quality shot from Torkoal here. And there's the 2 hard. And this is what Becker wants to see here. You just barrel roll away from that, and then still get that range 1 focus shot into the lat.
Yeah, no fearless, but absolutely no chance of a shot when you clear the arcs of a ship that has a disarm.
Literally no chance.
I mean, we're in like negative territory at that point. And concussion bomb goes away to nowhere. So Nim burned 3 of his 5 bomb token charges and successfully dealt 0 damage. That feels real bad.
Barely in range 1. That's what Torkoal wants to see here.
Yep, from 0 to 0 for Obi-Wan.
Yep. And we have the range 1 coming onto the lat. 5 dice from Fen. Let's see if he can
now-
get some real meaningful damage this time.
I'll say
And
Becker's
he has no
Fen.
threat of being shot at here.
Yeah, Becker's Fen, going back into last season and so far that I've seen this season, has been hot fire on these dice rolls.
And there it
And,
is.
No fearless, can't do anything about a blank, but 4 hits is pretty good.
And that's what you want to see.
Especially when Scott's die just spins around the blank and makes it very obvious what it's going to end up being.
So these guys have 10 health too. This is the first time seeing the lat on the board for me. So
That's half.
down to half health. Those points on the board.
Becker not going quietly in the night.
And it's nice too, because just in case there is a weird pot shot from one of his Jedi, Fen still has his focus.
And here we see the reason for the 3 bank.
Yep, to get that. But it doesn't matter, at least for that one.
So our tokenless, forceless Jedi, or no, he has 1 force. Our 1 force
does
Jedi
not-
does have a reroll.
Now this guy, no, he does not have a reroll, because doesn't he have to be in the arc of the lat
Nope,
as well?
only
It's
the
the
target.
defender.
Only
Yeah,
the
the
target
defender.
has to be in the lock, so it does not matter at all where the friendlies are in relation to one another. Looks like he does not choose to bump him up. Looks like maybe he's waiting for the Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan
shot.
Obi.
Yep, so 2. That is 3 dice for the Hawk.
Obstruction trying to help.
Not too bad. Probably going to spend that focus here.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't.
And this is kind of one of those situations where you wish that Obi-Wan shot ahead of you, so you had full knowledge of if you could spend that focus or not.
I mean, at this point, Becker's hurting. I don't
No,
know
he-
if
he
you even
needs to
hesitate on
get-
that. Yeah.
He needs to get points on the board and really put the hurt on these pieces.
Yeah, he needs to clear a gun here if he can't. Oh gosh.
That feels terrible. I think you
This-
reroll all of that.
This is why you have a target lock. If he commits to the damage, you keep the focus.
Nah, he's gonna keep it, I guess.
No?
Nah,
your
yeah,
mind.
you reroll all of it. That's what
Yeah,
you do,
I think
especially when
so
there's no
too.
hits on the board.
Oh gosh. That feels
Man,
familiar.
that was the shot too.
And Obi
Yep, still
has
spend it.
the force. Wow.
Wow, that just feels terrible.
Ooh, a couple of super lame duck rolls there.
Yeah, so here's the chance to pump it up to a 4 dice shot in return.
But with no
7th
mods.
Fleet.
And you
Nope,
got
but
the lat
also
reroll.
with the lat reroll.
Mmm.
So let's see if he. Yep. So
Yeah.
he's pumping it up.
I like this setup so far. I've enjoyed this list.
It goes. Was that a range 1 shot?
It was range 1. Should be one more.
There we go. Nah, he's got it.
Okay.
I just hit something in the chat. Okay,
So
well.
it doesn't really change the outcome.
Well, I
lat-
mean, he's
but
going to spend a
still-
lat ability to reroll it.
Uh,
And there's no reason not to. It comes
Now
back.
it
There's
changes the
4.
outcome.
Woo!
so 3 hits coming into Torkoal. That is not a fun time. Ryan is just getting a bad time from some of this dice variance.
Yeah, he's getting beat up pretty hard, and that's half on Torkoal right
That is
there.
the first time that he has had to use the lat ability.
Yes. Yeah, not even the first time he would have wanted to use it. Just the first time it's ever come up that he needed a reroll. Like,
Yep.
Oof. Some days the dice just say no.
I'm pretty sure that Ryan is going to go back to Bosk after this round, after this match.
Yeah, I think. See, I wish he would have. Why can't he fly this against me and then play Bosca afterwards?
So this round, Scott has to decide whether to stay the course with the lat and try to nab arc on Torkoal again, or if he does the stop to try to make sure that Fen doesn't initiative kill him this round.
Now, if you stop, you can bring Yellow and Obi-Wan and bring both of those guns live. You're not gonna be able to get Green around. And obviously with ignoring some kind of weird shenanigans on the bump, Finn is, or the lat ability won't be charged up. You won't be in that arc.
So I would say that this is like one of those like, oh man, the list mechanics are really really making this a hard time for Ryan, but he hasn't really had to use any of the list mechanics.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
it's all been just he's positioned the lat very well to
Yep.
present minimal risk there, and then the Aether sprites, he's done a really good job putting them where they needed to be. I think that sloop with Obi-Wan was the only misstep so far.
And I mean, in
that
hindsight, it worked
that
out,
was
but
yeah, but I think it was he didn't anticipate that too hard out of Torkoal either.
yeah, you definitely expected for him to be caught with Torkoal in the center of all those right above that asteroid, and that was definitely what he was expecting. Now we do see a concussion bomb going out here. Might as well start the train as long as Torkoal's alive.
Yeah, Pringles can is open now. I would point out, Joel, you might ping it that they did not recharge the charge on the lat.
I don't have chat up.
Oh, God,
Oh.
I just been harassed them with a
I
ping.
see.
There we go. I feel like it's a simple enough thing that I don't have to type it out. Also lazy. So Torkoal on a bump, and Torkoal spent both focus and his target lock. He's modless with 2 HP.
And his arc is facing the wrong direction.
I mean, his mobile arc's facing into the center. His front arc's not in a great spot. I feel like this was a miscalculation on Scott's part. That if you were going to send this Jedi this way, then the lat should have stopped.
Yeah. There's a
well,
bump.
he wanted to get the lat's arc on as well. He went forward and he rotated the lat's arc.
Oh, he did rotate. I do see that. Okay. So now, important to note that Jedi Knight number green bumped Obi and not Torkoal. So that gun is live on Torkoal.
That's probably a dead Torkoal, if we're just being honest here.
I mean, the lat has Torkoal and arc too with that front bow tie.
It does.
No,
So
no way.
yeah, it does.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I'm gonna take the screen here and we're gonna go for a ride.
Oh, Joel's got a point to prove. So Finn now.
Okay. It's barely like pixels.
Anyways, so Finn's
that
turn.
may or may not be.
It's close. Yeah, I've looked at it a couple times
It's
now.
pixels either direction.
Where is Finn going? So it looks like he is now netted range 1 on Obi and Yellow Jedi.
Yellow Jetty.
Yellow Jetty. And he does still have a pretty good pop shot into the lat if that's where he wants to go with.
I think he's going into Obi-Wan this
I would
round.
assume so, yeah.
I mean, you pretty much have to. Like you
Oof.
have to get rid of something.
But he is facing 3 range 1 shots in return, assuming that he doesn't kill Obi-Wan this turn. Because he could Torkel Obi-Wan down.
Nope, going for the Jedi.
Yeah,
making
Torkel,
sure.
Yeah, Torkel wants to get to shoot.
And now the Concordia title will not work against the lat shot, since that is not a front arm.
It will not, but it will work for the other 2. And he does get Fearless on this. This is going to be a really quality shot going into Obi-Wan here.
If you're willing to spend the focus.
That's.
I mean, at this point, I think you kind of need to be. At least 7 fleet is down.
You can get 5 hits, or if you can get 5 hits out of a focus spend, you absolutely do it to overload.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you need quality
Obi-Wan.
here.
I mean, that's what I would do, but, you know.
Well, what you do is roll, 4 crits and then be like, well, what if Fearless gets me a hit? There we go.
Ooh.
Oh, that's it. That's worth it, right?
Yep. That is totally worth it, in my opinion.
Fearless and a focus, 4 and a crit. That's about as good as you can ask for.
That guarantees half.
So
if that crit is double damage, then that's a dead Obi-Wan.
So that is a shield, a hit, and then let's fish for the direct here. Damage engine.
No big deal.
Only 1 health though.
I mean, Torkel can kill Obi here before Obi gets to shoot.
No, Obi was not punked down. Obi shoots next.
Oh, you're right. Oh, Jedi was pumped down.
So he doesn't have the CLT. He can't pump with.
Oh, he does have. He's got both targets with the lat.
Hey, look at that! He's got Torkel in the arc. So and he's got 2 charges for rerolls. He's
going to be chucking out rerolls wherever he needs them. He's got 3 shots this round that all potentially need rerolls. So many red dice.
And there's a perfectly average roll. Then we're going to spend that charge, and here comes the reroll for 3 hits coming into Fen. Now those 4 dice. He does have Concordia here. And he doesn't. Well, he actually doesn't need it. There we go.
Yeah. So that keeps him safe from the initial blast.
Isn't that 1 damage coming in?
That's 3 on 3.
3 on 3.
And now he's got to do it again. Another perfectly average.
And there's the second charge off the lat. Here comes the reroll. And another 3 hits.
Woof!
And Scott's dice. And here comes the roll from Ryan. And there it is, safe again. Concordia paid in dividends.
Yeah, I mean, Concordia by itself right there, preventing half damage.
Yep.
But still got a lat shot, and there's no Concordia to protect from that.
Now we do have a shot out of Torkel here. Hopefully you can see a possible dead Obi-Wan. If you can kill Obi-Wan and trade for Torkel here, I don't know if...
You need to kill the lat the next turn with Finn, and then you can start to say, hey, this is a game.
So there's 3 dice, and...
Oh, no.
Man, Torkel is just... He just threw him off the table.
Threw the dice off the table.
And then here comes the range 1 from number green.
And this is bullseye. This is CLT.
Oh, he's only got 1 force to mod with, so
just roll 3 hits here. Or hit a crit.
Close enough. There you go.
And he cannot reroll, but it doesn't matter. There's and that is a dead Torkel. Oh man, you hate to see it. Like,
You know, like this just angers me because last week when I played Ryan, Torkel was the be all end all that just won the game. And this game, Torkel just didn't do
he
anything.
didn't do anything. Yeah, like literally just died for existing.
No, and I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that Ryan went. He's just chucking things off the table at this point.
Yeah,
Ryan went all in on bombs, right? He spent so many points on bombs, and Scott just said, "What if all of my ships were fast enough with double reposition and I just didn't care?"
And here we go, the final shot coming into Fen. Now the salt in the wound into Ryan. If there's damage to be done on this, there's only one hit. Oh, this is totally where you don't get an evade. Okay, there it is.
Oh,
4 evades, 4 evades.
every evade.
Oh, Fen just saying no. We have 18 minutes in the game. I don't know. He has to kill the lat. Like that's pretty much.
So it's 128 to 59. If you clear the lat and you clear OB, the screen I'm looking at is really small. I can't tell how much the Jedi are worth.
30 piece.
So you have to get half on a Jedi. So you have to kill the lat, kill Obi, and get half on a Jedi, and not give up points as Finrao to win.
Oof.
That's a tall ask.
And he is in a very awkward spot right now.
And stress. So there's no turnarounds coming out this turn. I mean, Obi's just gonna block Finn, right? Like I feel like that's almost unavoidable.
Yeah, there's no reason why you would try and get distance with Obi-Wan at this point.
Probably see a sloop out of yellow.
Definitely going to see a sloop going to the right. I'm sure you're probably going to see a sloop out of, or maybe even a K-turn.
Oh, here we see a free sense call. Showing
no, that was
a
two-bank.
Two-bank to the left.
Was it to the left? I thought it was to the right. I guess it is to the left. Ignore my display. He's just accepting the bump.
Is that just gonna hit the rock?
No, he'll be fine.
It'll be close, but I think he's far enough offset. Lat stops.
Yep.
And does the gunner recharge.
Shot's not a lot this turn.
Joel, your brother keeps forgetting these charges exist.
A sloop to the opposite direction that I called.
That's the wrong way to go.
That is the wrong way, yeah.
Fixed.
Appreciated. Alright, so both Jedi Knights slooping. Oh, ho, ho!
Getting aggressive.
Now that K-turn right there on the 2-bank for Finn, that's bullseye. Does avoid the rock. It was close. It was going to be close.
Closer than I was expecting it to be. You definitely...
Barrel roll. Just barrel roll to the right.
Barrel? I just boost in.
Yeah,
I
think the boosting is the right call there. Now you are squarely in position to have green shot tanked up by the lat.
Yeah.
No, 7th Fleet is there, so 7th Fleet is ready to go as well.
He still does have Concordia though, and it doesn't look like he's going to have him in bullseye, so it's only going to be... It'll still be 4 dice.
Yeah. But first, Finn's got 5 dice to say it doesn't matter.
Delete it. You never know.
Now, Fearless is here. That Jedi's only got force for defense. Oh, ho, 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 ho. 4 and a crit. Fearless. Woo!
He's missed one whole hit out of every 5 die shot this round. Or this game.
He has the force. He's going to spend the force for another perfectly average roll, and 3 hits coming in.
So we're back to the situation where if that crit's a direct hit, it's a dead Jedi.
Weapons failure. Well, okay.
That helps.
3 die shot. Yeah, 3 die shot. And with no mons except for the
rerolls. I mean, that's pretty decent.
Yeah, well, except for the rerolls. Sure.
Yeah, no mods except for the mods, you know.
Out of range of
got away from Obi, so that helps. Certainly helps the equation.
Yeah. And he definitely would have been out of range of number yellow too, but that is still the incorrect distance or direction that yellow went.
Yeah. Here's the 7th fleet.
So pump it up. It's going to be 3 dice.
Good, we didn't have to check them about the weapons failure. Fresh enough on their minds.
Double checking bullseye.
He still has his focus too, so chances are.
Oh!
What is this? This is ridiculous.
I want these red dice. Okay,
It
he's
doesn't
safe.
matter. He's safe. Yeah.
Concordia, spend the focus for flare. Boy, Fen Round's dice right now are just on fire, though.
Yeah, but when 1/3 of or 2/3 of your list literally can't even land a hit, it doesn't help.
It sure doesn't.
So now we just need number yellow to get in front of Fen, so he can half point that one down to 1 hull.
So yeah, right now we've only got one Jedi that is, or one ship on Scott's side that isn't at half.
Yeah, and Fen has literally done all of the damage in this entire list.
Yes, he has actually done every single point of damage. That's actually pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Just on
He's
its
only
own self.
shot 4 times.
And
I mean,
with those 4 attacks, he has got 79 points for Ryan. So he has paid for himself. He spent 71 points on Finn, and he got 79 points out of Finn so far.
Bill, the lat is currently weapons disabled because he brought back the 7th fleet gunner.
Recharged 7th fleet, yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we see? Do we see a 2 hard to the right here for Fen just to try and get back to be relevant?
And you've got 12 minutes left on the clock.
I mean, you
well, 13.
have to.
It'll be 12. Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can afford a turn of not shooting. Like, he needs to kill stuff. But I don't know. Does the too hard and a boost into a focus, and you try to pop whatever lands in your arc?
There's nothing going to be landing in his arc if he does that. He'll be facing pretty much directly down the edge of the board.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough ask because you had to stress there. Like, you couldn't not boost and pick up the focus there.
Yeah, you had to get into that range one.
This is the worst feeling about Finn right here, is when you get behind like this and you have to stress every turn. Makes you miss the RZ2s. Oh, now the too hard boost is it's still on the table.
It's still on the table. Yeah, so if he actually does do a too hard here, he can get into that that range 1 of the lat and possibly remove it from the board because he did change his arc this turn. Let's see if Ryan saw it.
And now, bonus to this as well, even if he doesn't get all, I see that he rotated the arc. I guess I should say if he didn't rotate the arc, Concordia would have been triggered just by being in that front arc.
Wouldn't it be triggered anyways? Just because you're in the front arc?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, if he comes all the way around, it won't matter because he rotated the arc. It won't be a shot.
Yeah, he wouldn't get shot at. Yeah.
Yeah, but if the arc had a shot on him, just because he's sitting in that front arc.
Correct. Yes. Okay, so the too hard is definitely looking to be the right call here. Let's see if Ryan did it.
I mean, if you too hard, you clear your stress, you can almost. Oh, the too hard would be really juicy this turn.
Yep, that's what you want to see.
No, the 2 bank out.
Ryan, no, you let me down.
Yeah, if you too harded in on that, now he has to stress himself again. You could have potentially 5 dice the lat down and taken no fire in return, and like suddenly you're in a game, right?
Yeah, because you have 2 ships on 1 hull, and both of those ships are in pretty, especially green is in pretty prime hunting for the next turn.
Yeah, you just can't run. Like, it's not even a question of is it a good play or not. Like, you just can't afford to run at this point in the game for Ryan. He's too far back.
Getting that focus for 2 hits, and looks like we got 4 dice from Fen. He does have a focus. Let's just hope for the natties here. And natties. Out of range. And no shot, and probably out of range for the lat as well.
Oh, wow.
Nope. Side arcs, baby.
Medium base, man. Pushing those arcs out. I swear
one
if
hit.
Lat does damage here.
No, there's almost no way.
Gotta focus. You need 4 blanks, right?
I've seen it happen. Oh, hey, Dutch, how's it going? And there it is. He's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next round. He's got 9 minutes to close this game. I'm still rooting for Ryan here.
I mean, you gotta root for the guy who's behind, right? Like,
I just
But
have
yeah.
to root for the person that didn't just roll like 90th percentile dice all game.
I'm really curious to see what the dice stats are at the end of the game that TTS puts out. Because if Scott's luck score isn't like massive on the red side, then I'm calling shenanigans.
Well, the thing
I
is,
mean-
he got what he needed when he needed it.
Yep.
So that's not counting all the times that it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, you say that, but I don't know if Scott's rolled a blank on reds.
He's rolled 3 blanks.
Maybe? Like,
But each time they've been converted back into actual hits.
right.
Now I will say, at the beginning of the opening engagement, Scott definitely flew very well and put himself into positions to capitalize
Oh,
on his
absolutely.
list. And yeah, like I'm not saying that he's just winning because of dice, because that is definitely not the case here.
Yeah, no, he had the lat in the right places to support and get some bonus shots. He, just put the Jedi right through bombs like he knew. And when he brought sense, but it felt almost like Scott knew exactly what Ryan was doing with his bombs anyways, and had perfect spatial awareness to clear a kind of a bomb nest at the start. And Jason wants us to tell Ryan that he booed.
He's doing a sense. We have a 2 hard dialed in for Fen here. Go figure.
I mean, do you have to spend a force to see that?
Yeah,
honestly?
I mean, like there's no reason why Ryan would run here. Why would
What's
he
Finn
spend
gonna
his-
do? A 3 straight? Like, come on.
I mean, it could be the disrespect 3 straight off the board. You never know.
There we go. All right, so we have the 7th Fleet recharge. I mean, at this point, though, it could just be the disrespect 4K off the board, which, because you're stressed, becomes the disrespect white 2 off the board. Lat just taking a focus. Not gonna do anything with its gun, but not a whole lot of other options here.
So number green is the damaged one. Yep, that is correct. So he's
I
he's
don't
Yeah,
think don't flip weapons failure.
last turn was the turn to flip weapons failure. He took a focus
Yeah.
instead.
what are you doing, Scott? You
Yeah,
have
just
this game in the bag at this point.
Finn Rail's gonna do a 2 hard here, pick up a
Boost
boost, focus, kill green, and then kill yellow, and be back in this game with like a minute to spare. I don't know. There's like 6 minutes left.
Honestly, what you probably could do here, though, is you could probably get Fearless range 1 onto yellow.
So we've got a question here from the crowd of why is everybody hating on Ryan?
I'm not hating on
Ryan is actually the reigning League of Barons champion right now, so everybody's got to take their shot at the king, right?
Hey, I have been rooting for Ryan the entire game. Don't put that juju on me.
Oh, we got some Saul here. Becker, the best overall X-winger in this squad. Well, hold on. Pump the brakes now. I mean,
No, you can't get range 1 with that.
there's
Maybe you can.
no
Ooh,
way.
it's real close. I don't think so.
There's 3 system open wins just in the commentary right now.
I know, right?
Like, come on now. It has been a pretty good game. We've seen some really good positioning.
Oh yeah,
out of
not
Scott.
even close. Wow.
Yeah, angle's just not there.
Yeah, well, so then you have to go after green here to try and get points on the board. Yep, there you go. Both range 2. Hoping for some magic here.
The real danger is your range 2 for Finn, and if Finn gives up points, the game's over.
Yeah, then there's basically no coming back. Perfectly average roll. Not what you like to see, especially when you're down so far. I don't think you spend it here. He's gonna spend it
You
anyways.
gotta spend it. You gotta kill it.
Yeah.
You have to kill this turn.
And
there it
kills
is.
it.
Wasn't worth the spend, but you have to kill this turn because I mean the clock is against you, right? You're only got 5.5 minutes left.
Yeah. So green's dead.
That brings the point totals up to 128 for Scott and 98 for Ryan.
So
a difference
closing
of 30
the gap.
Points. 30-point difference. Taking the other half of Obi-Wan is 29 points.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah,
he has to kill the Lat or the Yellow Jedi.
Oof. I mean,
That's
Finn
hard.
can definitely do that.
The lat's the goal, right? Because this
Yeah.
next turn, Yellow is in a position to block Finn. Obi's gonna work his way around. You got to find some way to get Finn around to kill the lat, I think.
So 2 hits coming in from Obi-Wan here. He does have the gas cloud, so he does get at least a little bit of insurance here, and that is all he needed because there's gas cloud, 2 evades for 2 hits, even Steven.
No shot
Just
there for
out of
Yellow.
arc. Woo.
Ooh.
Yeah, because that was gonna be a pumped up 3-die shot with focus rerolls.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been a dangerous one with no token to spend.
Especially, yeah, no token, range 2. Him not being in arc there is a huge thing for Ryan.
Alright, so you gotta assume Yellow's threatening like the 1 hard here.
3 minutes, so they could get 2 more rounds in, and that's really what Ryan needs to win the game here. I don't think they're going to get 2 more rounds in though.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get stuff set. I mean, Finn's set, but
This is when I'm in a tournament and I'm like snapping my fingers. I'm like, all right, I'm set. All right, I'm set.
yeah,
All right, I'm
you can't do that in TTS. You can do that in TTS. You press tab and ding, ding,
set.
ding, ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
I mean, yeah, yellow 1 hard. You just swing the lat around in a turn, maybe, or no, actually a wide bank to keep that arc on.
Yeah,
And Obi just kind of does Obi thing. So.
Honestly, probably what you do here is you sloop to the left on number yellow, because Fen doesn't have a firing solution on yellow this turn.
That's fair. Yeah, if you just go past
Yeah,
Fen,
I mean
essentially.
you may just hit.
Right?
You may hit the no. You hit the debris field, so you get arc.
If you
No.
if you
Sloop
go
sloop
up
to the
there,
right.
yeah, if you
Sloop to
go
the
up to the
right, and then
left,
Finn runs past
just
you.
does a 2 straight and blats you.
Yeah, sloop to the
He's
right.
not going to
and
do it too
Finn
straight.
slides
He
past you.
has to get guns on stuff that he can actually kill. And the only way to do that is doing it too hard in.
Scott, slow playing here.
I know, right?
He
So
learned
they
from
have
the
their
best.
chance.
He doesn't even have bombs to drop for no good reason.
He doesn't have bomblet generator to delay the game. All right, there's the sense.
I still
Yeah,
remember
and
that.
Too hard. You would. I like the commentary. This is not the Finn experience I'm used to. I mean, Finn has been hot fire. It just the rest of his team has been useless. There's the
there we
sloop.
go. There we go.
Yeah, that too hard for Finn is gonna force a reposition.
I mean, he was going to reposition anyways. Like, it's the last round of the game.
Minute 50, you can still get the shots off, get the dial. There we go. Obi commit to the
But
cloud.
that's the thing. There's no firing solution for Fen this turn because of how close
too hard
to the inside
Bruce,
he
I
is.
think you could pick up the lat. You know how to kill it, but you could pick it up.
No, well, maybe.
And now the lat has got how many points to spare in it?
30.
There's too hard.
So it's enough for the tie.
Yeah, so okay, yeah, so you could kill the lat and force a final salvo.
Yep. So
Boost
if
focus.
they can get through this round, which I don't think they will.
Stop looking at it, Ryan. Just boost focus. Don't question it. Boost focus. Come on. Time's wasting.
I know. Well,
The only shot. Come on.
This is the thing. There's only one shot happening here, and if they can get to dials in 40 seconds,
The lat's got to shoot too. Oh, there's no shot.
Yeah. Well, no, there's no shot from him. So if he get the lat shot done, get to dials, you have one more chance to possibly seal this as Fen.
All right, so here's the 2 dice, and Finn cannot give up points here, so he's got to only take 1 at most.
$15 seconds. Ah, 2 hits. Roll those dice.
No, we're on our own timer here. 30 seconds.
Nothing.
Spend, take the damage.
Nope.
You don't give up points. That hurts, but it's still doable.
All right, so that was the table time.
Are we gonna tell them one
Beeping.
more or not?
No, they were keeping their own time.
They're on their own time.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're on their own time. Yep.
All right, so that's
So
it.
If you could go one more round, Ryan had a really good chance of at least
Forcing a tie.
possibly winning. Yeah, forcing a tie.
When you force the tie, you get the 4v3 final salvo, and I mean, once again, Finn just looks over at the side of the board. It's like, Torkel, Nim, what you doing here, buds?
Yeah.
So that was a really tight game. Finn basically doing every bit of work possible out there.
Had Torkel done 1 damage to Obi-Wan,
Right.
Becker would have won.
Yeah.
Had he done 1 damage, Becker would have won. Hands down.
Actually, at this moment, Becker still would have lost by a point.
Well, no, but just because then they're like
It'd free up a
Obi-Wan is
shot,
not in
yeah.
the way for
Yeah.
certain stuff. Like it's a cascading effect,
All right,
especially
so
that early on.
I'm gonna
Had
go.
a bomb even done 1 damage?
Yeah, that's the big one. Is the bombs, have they done damage? I'm gonna go ahead and pull them up. Alrighty, gentlemen. Scott, congratulations.
Thank you.
Ryan, condolences.
Sorry.
Don't apologize to us now. It's
No, he should
Torkel and
apologize
Nim.
to us.
No, Torkel and Nim need to apologize to Finn.
Yeah. Finn took it like a champ.
He
We're
really did
already
at the
having-
end there.
We're already having calls from the chat that the format needs to be changed back from being timed because of this game. So
No, that is not. No.
That's quite rude. That felt like an hour and a half or hour and 45 minutes on my end.
If you had 1 more round, you
I
would
know.
have had at least a chance to
Yeah,
at least
so-
to tie it up in final salvo.
Right, yeah, because
Yeah.
the other half of the 212th Battalion pilot would have tied it up.
and I mean that Finn,
Or
that 5 dice
had-
Finn was popping off.
Yeah, or had
He was.
one you killed any of them, or done 1 damage with Torkel.
Do you hear the hurt
Or a
in
bomb.
this man's voice when he says, if you had killed any one of them?
I'll say first that the fuse on that concussion bomb was so painful when it was
Oh,
happening.
yeah.
I was like, damn, that fuse screwed me so hard.
Oh,
Like-
Yeah.
I knew that the bomb was going to go there. I just figured, you know what, I'm going to scream up and I'll, try to barrel roll boost, but I'm out of Finn's reach and maybe I can get a little damage in. But when you put that fuse down, it was like, okay, we're going to go in, no regrets.
So
Yeah.
Ryan, I had a question. Why didn't you drop, or why didn't you let go of the seismic whenever you had at least Obi-Wan in range?
Yeah, I don't know. I know Obi-Wan was there. I got greedy, quite honestly. I thought that the next turn, the position of the seismic was better to get the knight in the 212, which didn't end up happening anyway. but yeah, I should have. They should have not done the fuse. And the other thing that really hurt was Torkel's repeated futile range one. I sold out my contraband. I was like, this is it. I just need to do some damage on OB. And it was like brutal. So
now
that's a dice complaint. Tactically, the seismic, I don't know. I got greedy. I really wanted to continue to hold that corner with the seismic, which is stupid. I should have just taken the free damage.
now let's record scratch this. Back up. How did we get here? All right, let's go back to Sunday. You throttled me with Bosk. Why is Bosk not on this table?
I wanted to try the bomb. I wanted to try the concussion bombs. I wanted to try Nim.
I think we
I'll
all
be
know
putting
the
Nim
answer.
back in the box.
See, this is really why Andrew's mad at you for losing, because you picked Bosk up and you put him on a shelf, and then you lost with what you replaced him with.
I didn't lose. Scott did an incredible job of isolating him.
Yeah, well, in the Scott, your positioning at the beginning, avoiding those bombs and stuff like that was very well done. There was a couple weird maneuvers that you did that I definitely did not agree with, but it ended up working out for you in the long run.
There were definitely times where I didn't agree with what I had done. It was like, oh, man, no, that didn't work as well as I'd hoped.
Basically, all of your sloops that you did were in the opposite direction that they should have been.
I can agree.
Except for Obi-Wan.
I disagree. I disagree with that.
Like
There's one that was the wrong way.
That last yellow sloop was correct.
No, it wasn't.
You're outvoted. 2 out of 3 commentators agree.
He doesn't have a shot
the yellow
at
sloop.
The yellow sloop was correct. Obi's sloop was fine. Like, it wasn't great. It wasn't bad. You were up in the game. It doesn't matter. And then the only one I disagree with was the other sloop further back in the game.
Yeah, down in the corner when you were trying to catch Fenn after he took the range 1 shot into Obi.
Yeah. So I will say, I did pull up the dice statistics for this game.
I don't think I've ever seen so many hit crits.
Dude, you only had to use the lat like twice.
Yeah.
I know, it was insane. I was like internally screaming. I was like, I knew Nim was going to take some shots, but I figured he'd tank a couple, and no, he did not. He tanked nothing.
No, he tanked everything. So Scott's red dice were a red dice luck score of 7.
I mean, that's not huge.
Is that out of 10?
No, it's not. No.
It's so if you get exactly the expected distribution, your luck score is 0.
Okay.
And so the way that this one counts it, I think, is it counts the hits and crits each as a 1, and so every one of those you get above the expected gets you a score of 1.
I think that's just looking at the numbers, because he had 25 hits versus expected of 19.125 and 8 crits versus the expected of 6.375. I think that is where it gets the 7. I'd also like to say that on Sunday I complained and said I didn't think the statistics were accurate because I've never seen anyone hit the expected values of crits, and Scott today has exceeded the expected value of crits, so whatever.
I think what Scott did so good though was in the beginning I wanted to flank with Fenn, but he had it positioned really well where like I figured he'd go after Nim, but I had to respect that he could just turn on Fenn, and so I couldn't come in with Fenn the way I really wanted to. And I think that was good. You know, I mean, I knew he would go after Nim, but I have to respect that he could turn everything on Fenn.
The other thing was that you kept Torkel way out too long. Like he only got what, 2 shots? Maybe 3?
3.
He had a shot on Obi-Wan in the beginning, target lock, focus, nothing. He had a shot in the mid game with like the side cannon, which was garbage. Or maybe he probably had 4 or 5 shots.
I think he shot Obi twice and then 1 shot out of the side cannon that didn't do anything.
He shot Obi with the front arc once. He had front arc on Obi at range 1 once, and he had side arc on Obi at range 1 once as well. But that last shot with the side arc and Obi was unmodded, so fucking Hail Mary. Where's my hit crit? Let me see it.
Well, and then the fun part was then you just watch basically a single force modded attack go right back at you with 4 hits.
I know. I know. I was just like, this is just poetic justice.
Yeah.
Torkel, you're a bum. Get out of here.
Yeah, I do agree that the setup and the way Scott kind of managed the setup, because it did really leave Torkel kind of turning on the outside, and he's got engine upgrade, but he's really not the fastest ship. I mean, Hawks aren't particularly quick anyways, and he just couldn't swing in and be relevant fast. I think he's about a turn behind being relevant.
Yeah.
Fenn did what he could do, you know. I mean, that's why he's such he's a weirdly priced ship. I mean, it's insane. Like, I shouldn't even have been close at the end. I should not have scored the points that I did. But Fenn just kept rolling, 4 or 5 hits.
No, I think
Yeah.
he, out of every single range one shot you had, you ended up with one blank, like out of all
Yeah.
that you didn't
Yeah.
convert.
That's
to.
right. Yeah, and that was the one time I didn't have Fearless.
Yeah.
It was on the 212. So, I mean, what can you do? I can't complain about the dice when it comes to that because he really did his work.
Oh yeah, I mean he creamed pretty. You had 1 or 2 more turns and you probably would have had it, just because he does so much damage.
Yes.
I mean, hold on now. How many 5-die shots did Finn take this game? 3 or 4?
I think 3.
3.
So he
The
took
212 OB and a
3.
Jedi.
Yeah.
So he took 3, and he had 1 shot that didn't net a hit at the end of it, right?
Right. So right there was 14 hits.
Right.
Yeah.
So your luck score, which ignores the spending for mods, but your actual score, you only rolled 20 hits and 3 crits.
They were all Fenn Rao.
They're all.
They're based all Finn.
Oh, well, I think I got to go back to the drawing board with him. I don't know what I'm doing there.
I mean,
Just
it's
like
an
that.
easy choice. You throw the bum out and you put Bosk back in. But yeah, that was a good game. It was a good demonstration of kind of when everything goes right. When you have a player like Scott making good choices and some really good positioning calls. Joel, by the way, Scott was all in that Obi and the other Jedi were going to turn out when you just leapfrogged bombs, and we're like, no, we're going this way.
Oh yeah, I did not see the play. You saw the play. It was great. Also want to commend you on your lat play. I told you how I brought the lat into the middle of the board and it just evaporated, and I said, keep it on the edge. You kept it on the edge, and it was perfect.
Thank you.
Well, he started in the middle.
He did,
and then
I
faded.
was really worried, and then, but it worked out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, gentlemen, I think that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. But again, Scott, congratulations. Ryan,
Thank you.
condolences. Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We will be back next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. with another thrilling round in the League of Barons 3. Good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Night.
Later.